What is up, everyone? Kraken here. Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm going to be going through the brand new Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom trailer with you guys here and analyzing it. So here we go. Let's start off. I've already seen the trailer myself, and it is really interesting. So you want to stick around till the end of the video, where I will be presenting some of my own personal theories and talking about what I think some of you guys may have missed as well. So we're gonna be going through this, breaking it down. We see some sky platforms here. Just to start off with a very nice sunset slash sundown. It's kind of hard. I think it's a sunrise actually. Wait, I just said sunset slash sundown. That's the exact same thing. We're gonna move past that. A sunrise of sorts, from what it seems. It looks very interesting. We see some Choo Choo Jelly here attacking a new enemy type on a sky platform. All right, pretty straightforward. Nothing too like too hidden there. We have an enemy here chopping down a tree for some reason. Not exactly sure why. There's gonna be a lot of speculation in this video, so keep that in mind. Obviously, I don't know too much. I know as much about the game as you guys do. Obviously, we see Link free falling here, and we're gonna see the title card show up in just a sec. There it is. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. We have a stay on the Master Sword, and obviously, I mean, you guys already saw this, but the Master Sword does look a little different. So I wonder what that's supposed to show us in the game. Is it damaged? It's broken. Remember them showing it to us as broken at one point. So yeah, here we are now. We see Link lower. We see Link on like proper like land, and he's kind of looking off in the distance. We see some new landforms here, some new mountains. We see this interesting circle in the distance, which is definitely a new addition because I've never seen that in Breath of the Wild for sure. It definitely is something that's new. And we see this tower, which maybe is a Sheikah Tower, but I don't think so. It doesn't really look like Sheikah Tower. Sheikah Tower looks a lot different. So it could be like a new tower for our map, maybe something else, maybe a substitute for the Sheikah Tower. But that's basically all we really get here. Just kind of running around. And yeah, we see those new platform stuff. Here, we gotta look at potentially a new village, or it might just be the same village. It's kind of hard to tell here. But we see like these new clothing items here to the left. And we also see like some characters walking around, some snowy mountains in the background. So I think this could be a new village. So I don't recall any villages being close to like the snow areas in the game in Breath of the Wild. So I think this is actually a new village. I could be wrong, don't quote me on this, but there is a pretty good chance. Now we have to look at what seems to be a resistance base or resistance camp of sorts, maybe, or just a camp of people who are just kind of stranded here for some reason. And we have it's really interesting because it's super damaged. It's really it's just like a really harsh environment of sorts, you could say. Everything's damaged. This fountain over here to our right seems to be broken down quite a bit, and we have all these broken walls here. So quite a lot has happened since the obviously since the final battle with Calamity Ganon. And there's been quite a few events that have taken place which we don't really know of, but we will find out about in the game. Obviously, another thing is if you look straight down the middle to the top there, you see that tower again, which, okay, if we're seeing it so much, it definitely is something significant. So I guess we'll have to find out once we play the game. Mostly the circle actually right across from it, right to the left. So it's interesting stuff going on in the background, some hidden detail, I guess you could say. So now we see the circle thing. I'm gonna call it the circle thing because why not? And we see this platform, which I think it can use the ascend ability on, maybe. That's one of the new runic abilities, if you don't already know that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We see this new circle, which I'm not sure what that really does. I think this is probably just a result of what happened with the platforms raising. Probably find out in the game what that does. I will definitely check this area out because I want to see what that really is. See a new look at Hyrule here. Pretty straightforward, nothing too much there. Now we see the desert region here, and we see some land just coming out, which actually I feel like this could be the land there. It might actually be a labyrinth or maybe a dungeon of sorts. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. And now we see the castle, Hyrule Castle, in all its glory, coming up. While other platforms kind of drop down like this green effect, which is similar to the effect that Link's arm has. So maybe there's a correlation between these two things. I don't really know, but there could be. Okay. Yeah, we see those effects. We see those blocks coming down, and we also saw people there in the background, if you guys noticed. And now we see all this malice in the background, and we're gonna see Ganondorf, or the Demon King Ganon, just turn around here. Obviously they're gonna cut to black, and we see that same clip of Link trying to save Zelda with his arm like that. This time, I don't remember if his arm was like that previously or not. Now we see Link running through the Goron region of the game of the map of Hyrule, I should say, where we see some Sparks. Obviously, has his like his heat resistant armor and everything on. So he's kind of just running through. There's not really much we can see here in the background except for like these sparks and like whatever these pillars are, like these molten pillars of sorts. And he's running towards like this building, I guess you could say. There's gonna be like a bridge attached and something along those lines. So there's not really much you can see. Now it gets really fast in the trailer, so you want to make sure we can pause it and see everything. So we see this flying, um, well, a pirate ship. I don't know why it took me so long to say. We see this flying pirate ship. I'm not really sure what this could be. Maybe it's something we can use, or maybe it looks like it could be a boss fight though. Because the way Link's standing might be like a cutscene for a boss fight, or it could be something that Link uses to traverse the platforms. But I don't think they would do that. I think they would just keep it to like the ascend ability and using the paraglider. I don't think they would do that, but maybe we can use this. I don't know. It could be like a little boat or whatever in the bottom left corner. I'm not sure what. There looks to be a little boat there. Maybe that's what Link used to get there. It's really hard to tell to be honest because it's all like foggy and everything. I guess we'll have to see when we play the game, which I will be playing for you guys on the channel. Actually, wait. Was it? Is that water? It's moving like it's. I don't know. It's kind of moving like it's water, unless that's air. But it's snowing, so it's gotta be air, right? I don't know. It's really weird. It's like a fantasy game. There could be anything going on, but yeah, things just in the air. Yeah. So obviously, we'll be playing the game for you guys on the channel. So make sure to subscribe if you guys want to see that. And here we see Link jumping into what seems to be like a choo-choo jelly ball with like this green eye in the middle. Not sure what the green eye really does. He's kind of jumping and he's kind of floating over. Now we see Link free falling through these lasers, which looks to be a very stressful puzzle to complete. When I play this game, I will definitely be dying a few times on this part. So, yeah. And then we see Link turning to solve a puzzle, and we see these eyes in the background, which I think might be the same eyes we saw in like the choo choo bubble thing, choo choo ball, whatever you want to call it. So, it's interesting. It's something to notice, I guess, that maybe these eyeballs, have something, maybe they play like a more significant role than we originally thought, per se. Now we see Link gliding through what I think could be a labyrinth or maybe a dungeon of sorts. Just that's really all we see here, just gliding through. Now this is a really cool part of the trailer, in my personal opinion, because Link's is running through, charging through. He's spinning that weapon in his hand, and all he sees is all these uh enemies in the background, the bokoblins, the moblins, and whatnot. And you also see regular civilians trying to just like fight them as well, which could mean maybe it's like a siege. Like you know how in Hyrule Warriors you'd have like those sieges or like defending castles and stuff. Maybe it's something along those lines, maybe similar to Hyrule Warriors. But we do definitely have more of a I guess you could say more of an alive Hyrule because we're seeing a lot more characters so far. But we're also seeing like a lot more people. Now we see Link glide up there, some of like the shrine, what it seemed. And you see this new character. I'm not sure who this is. It could be new, could be old, for like the character here. I'm honestly not really sure who this is. So if you guys do know, let me know your theories about this character in the comments below. Personally, I'm not too aware of who this is. All right, let's move on. Then we see Link. Look at that view in the background. Looks absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Then we see Link here on his horse, just kind of having a moment there, and now we see this enemy just coming out of the wall, like just I don't know why, just spawning out of the wall for some reason, which is interesting. We see Link turn around, and he's in Hyrule Castle. So what does that mean? Okay, so my prediction is maybe this is like later in the story when like maybe at the end of the story when we've beat Ganon and all that stuff and get the castle looking back to normal because there just seems to be some magical effects here at play with like all these sparkles and stuff. So maybe Zelda used her magic here to clear all of this stuff away. That could be what happened. I could be wrong, obviously, but I think that may be the case here. I don't know. It's interesting because we see the castle perfectly all right. For Breath of the Wild, that is pretty hard to believe. Now we see Zelda again for I think our second time with the trailer there. We see the Master Sword, which I think the hilt actually looks different. It's more rounded this time. From what I recall, maybe I'm wrong here. I think it was more like a rectangular hilt, like the handle part of it's called like a hilt as well. So I think it was maybe a little different last time around, or maybe I'm wrong. We see Link grabbing the Master Sword. We see I think the new character talking to Zelda about Link being the final hope and stuff like that. We see Link once again, and look at this. So we see the sky platforms and I think Link is on like a glider of sorts. It's not even the paraglider. He's on like It reminds me of Aladdin, where you have like that mat where he like goes around. It's kind of cool. And I think he's just kind of going around on this giant leaf or something, like kind of looks like a paper airplane. I don't know. No, it doesn't, but he's kind of gliding through, which is really interesting because I don't really know what that is. Like, I mean, I've called it a paper airplane. I've called it thing from Aladdin, but he's definitely something new. That's all you need to know. And then we see Link fighting, and that weapon in his hands looks to be. Let's rewind a little bit. The weapon in his hands here. Look, he seems to have forged a sword to a shield, which is really really weird. But you can actually do that now with the new runic abilities in the game. So that's something to know. He's fighting these guys here, parries it. There seems to be like something going on within this giant floating ball here. I think there's like maybe a puzzle or like some puzzles inside, maybe like a shrine of sorts, a dungeon or something. Maybe like a little mini boss there you can fight. So that's interesting to notice as well. Now we see Link dodge something that just straight up rolls at him in the Goron Desert. Actually, it might just be a Goron, because Gorons do roll, so maybe he's fighting a Goron member. I don't know who. We have a Rico member, I think, from what it looks like, with Link. I honestly forgot most of the character names, so sorry about that. It's been a while since I played Breath of the Wild. Now we see Link with a carriage, and the carriage seems to be made using Link's abilities because it has like all these green effects. So I think Link, like you can legit make this with Link using, the green, like his runic abilities with the forge and stuff. So I think that's what the player did here to make this happen. But it is really cool to see Link just kind of, interacting more with people and stuff like that, like actual characters in the game, like more with NPCs and stuff. We see Link using his rewind ability here to push that rock back in time. Look at that explosion, very, very cool. Link is using a rocket here to go up on a sky platform. He's going up to a new platform on what seems to be a sky platform. And we see like these jungle trees, which I think is interesting because I don't think we saw those in other parts of the game. So this might be that island. This might be an island of sorts because it looks like there's water in the background there. So this could be like a new island, not like the island we had in Breath of the Wild. But I think this could be a brand new addition to the game. So let's move on. And now we see Link jumping across these platforms. Just wait. There's something. See, you can always spot something new once you rewatch the trailer. We see something. We see these glowing bubbles in the left, like the bottom left corner. If you see those. I'm not really sure what those are supposed to do, but I think this could be similar to the Choo Choo Jelly that we saw Link jumping through. So just something to note, I guess. Alright, he's just jumping through there. And now we see a minecart fight, which is really, really cool because Nintendo loves minecarts. Obviously, with Donkey Kong and stuff, it's very common theme. And I love that they put it into Zelda. We see one of these rock bosses. Okay, actually can't remember the name of the boss, but we have some moblins on top, and we have Link with a very interesting power with wheels, which I think you can make using the forge ability because there's so much that can be done with the forge ability. If you don't know what the forge ability is, make sure to check out the previous trailer. But essentially, what it is you can assemble objects together and stuff and make really, really cool stuff. Now we see Link with an arrow which seems to be forged with like a ruby. I think here looks like a ruby, and he just kind of shoots that. Now we see Link interact with this spinning thing, which seems to eliminate enemies in his path. And now we get a look at what looks to be a dragon, which is really, really cool. Look at that. And now we finally, never mind. I thought we were gonna get Ganon there, but no. We should get a look at Ganon soon. We see Zelda here with maybe an earring of sorts. I'm not really sure what that is, but it seems to be something that's really, really important, a really key plot point. So I guess we'll find out more in the game. But this is something definitely to pay close attention to because I think this will be very, very important in the actual game. Now, I think we should finally get a look at Ganon. We have a Blood Moon type effect here, Lionel spawning in, and we see Link's arm getting teared off by all that malice. And there he is! Look at that! Look at that guy! Look! That is an amazing design, man. It's really, really cool to see Gandalf in the Breath of the Wild art style. It just looks really, really cool to me. Look at that! Look, he has all his red hair and everything. The design looks amazing. This isn't like the full look, but look at that. You see all the like the glow on his head with his abilities and stuff. Really, really cool stuff going on. We see Link fighting. I don't. Wait. This is such a weird video, man. We see Link fighting with or getting chased by a new mini boss or enemy of sorts, which you don't really know about yet. So this is something completely new. We'll have to see more about it in the game. We also see Link flying with a Rico member here. And we're actually gonna get look at this. We're gonna get see we're seeing all these characters, all like the new generation of champions, even you could say, with Sidon and all these other new characters or characters from Breath of the Wild that are actually joining Link this time, which I think makes the game a lot more alive and just a lot more fun to play. You look at all that. You see all these new characters here. You see, okay, I don't remember all the names. I can't lie. But you see all these new characters, and there's some new characters too. Not even like all of them are from the previous game. There's some. Look at that. We have some random civilians even from I guess the villagers and stuff that join Link on his adventure. So I just want to see how interactive this will get. We have Sidon fighting alongside Link, which is really really cool. So it's really nice because maybe they'll let you control him. Maybe you can swap characters. I don't know. That would be really cool if you can swap characters. It would be reminiscent of like Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity and stuff like that. But it looks really really cool to fight alongside him like that. Look at that. We see Link there with all the other champions chasing. Wait, chasing after a three-headed dragon. Right there. Look at that. It's like that meme, the meme with the three-headed dragon. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I mean, it's not exactly like the meme, but it just kind of reminded me of the meme, so I'm just gonna say that. Alright, let's move on. Then we see Zelda with the Master Sword, and we get the title card once again, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. That analysis was really long, 16 minutes, but it was. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, cause oh my, there is so much going on, and it's not over yet. There's still Zelda. We see Zelda looking off into the distance here. And yeah, that's it. It comes to the date, May 12th, 2023. So, my theory is if you look back over here, if you go back to Ganon, he looks really, really similar to what he looked like in, I would say, Skyward Sword. So what I'm thinking is that this is the exact same Ganon, in my opinion. I think it is the exact same Ganon, Skyward Sword. And what I think is that we could be seeing the events that take place before what happens in Skyward Sword. So the events of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, even Age of Calamity, but Age of Calamity is like an alternate universe. So I feel like all these events really take place before the Wild, which is really, really cool. I guess we'll see how all the skylands are set up and everything. It'll be really interesting to see how everything unfolds in this game. But this looks to be so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's a very long video for just a trailer analysis, but I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. There's a lot to unfold, so that's why it's really long. I have to go through frame by frame. I probably missed stuff still. I hope you guys still found it enjoyable to watch and interesting. Once again, if you want to see the gameplay for this game, which I will be doing on launch, live streams, a ton of content, even like tutorials for like maybe like glitches and stuff like that, guides and all that stuff, like I do for Breath of the Wild, like the Infinite Rupee glitch. If you want to check that out at the end of the video. And yeah, I'm super stoked for this game. I really don't know what to say. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, because there is so much going on. As always, that was a very hopefully enjoyable video for you guys. And it's a great day, guys. I hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. As I always say, Kraken out.